Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for November 2020. As many of you know, my granddaughter Faith is a Sagittarius full of spirit. I just love Sagittarius. And now we have a new Sagittarius to our family, which is my nephew's girlfriend, Selena, is a Sagittarius. So, welcome, Selena, if you're watching. I'm so happy for my nephew. So anyways, this is going to be for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, or Rising, as always. Some of you are just intuitively guided to the reading and don't know if you have Sagittarius in your chart. Don't even worry about it. I feel like if you found the reading, you'll have a message in the reading for you also. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get into the reading. We're going to start with our major arcanas. We're going to go ahead and give them a shuffle or two. There's not that many. They're only major arcanas, but they're going to give us the kind of like the background of what's going on for Sagittarius. What's going on for those who are here today. Some of you are here checking, you may be in love with a Sagittarius. That can be romantically or family, friends. Remember, when you show for a reading looking to see what's going on with them, like say you have no Sagittarius, but you want to see what's going on with them, chances are there's messages in for you too. Because, I know my spirit guides, like, they don't bring you here unless there's a reason. So, trust in that. You can certainly ask your guides for illumination on which messages are for you, if not the whole thing. But you don't really even have to do that, because I do ask my guides to really illuminate the messages to you, those that are needed to hear the most. So let's go ahead and begin. Just make sure you have a nice calm spirit. Release the outcome. Usually it's better when we release something of how it must show to us. If we go with the flow, it usually shows better than we expected. So, okay. Just did my nails for you, but I have to say I tried a new nail polish, and I like the color, but I don't think it's going to stand up through the reading, so we'll see. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the reading. We're going to shoot for 3 of these cards, and then we'll bring some more decks in. We start with Justice. Many of you know I don't read these as people, but it is Libra. We have the Wheel of Fortune, talking about destiny. It could certainly specify some of you, look at this, Judgment. If some of you are in a court of law over something, it feels like with the Wheel showing up after Justice, that it will be in your favor. Judgment is about a call to attention. It's the energy of our ancestors reminding us or trying to get our attention to something, looking back at the wheel. So if nothing else, it's saying that something probably in your life, even if it was difficult, was meant to be. Why? Because it's going to take you to higher places, more spiritual places. It's going to take you where you need to go, honestly. We have the Hermit on the bottom of the deck, card of Virgo. The Hermit is about going in and asking those big questions. Many times it is traveling through the dark night of the soul that brings us to the energy of the Hermit. Like, why? Why did this have to happen? Why that, and this says if you quiet your mind, you will receive the answers that you need. I love the Hermit energy, because, anytime you go in, and, I feel like we can go in and out of the Hermit energy often. You know, it moves us to a spiritual place. And a lot of people, you know, say, what does that mean to be a spiritual person? Spiritual person will put their brother or sister ahead of themselves. Now, I don't mean this in a naive way. I mean, it starts to be an innate energy within you where, you know, sometimes you see the woes of the world and a spiritual person wants to do something to better it. Whether that even just be yourself, better yourself, as the hermit would say, right? The hermit talks about going into a period of darkness, but within that darkness is a light. And that is what you should follow. You follow that light. And that light will illuminate whatever it is you need to learn within the hermit energy. You gain so much wisdom. I feel like when you come out of the hermit energy, you come out as the master. You come out as the teacher. You know, even if you don't know, you know, a lot of times I feel like a lot of things are hidden. Like we don't realize the effects that we have on other people. Sometimes we are lucky enough to know that, but I feel like saying here, just know that in some way you are, I feel like helping someone else or many people just through your energy. Okay. Um, use this deck. We'll give it a couple shuffles. You know, I always prepare my decks ahead, but I like to shuffle online also, just so you can see that, you know, when these cards come out, I don't think they're random. They're meant to come out. One more. Someone may have been through a court of law over an inheritance, that type of thing. I feel like that's coming in your favor. You know, what's justice talk about there? Justice talks about fairness. So, you know, you're not taking more than you need type of thing. It's a very fair, balanced type of energy. It reminds us also that we create our own karma, so to speak. You know, our actions of today create our karma of tomorrow. Because it is right next to the wheel, so it's always something we want to think about. And that's probably why the hermit is on the bottom of the deck. We had the magician, which is interesting because the magician, I saw a peek of him on the bottom of the deck, and he made his way out as the very first card. Hello, lovers. Card of Gemini. Manifesting this energy. You know, I feel like some of you have been through some karmic cycles, and they may not have been easy, but I feel like the chance to really learn some important lessons came your way, and not everyone took advantage of it, but I feel like many did. The lover's meaning is a head over heart decision. However, this is you with the magician before it manifesting. Well, look at that. The Six of Cups. So some of you, this is someone from the past. You know, I know sometimes people get sick of love readings, but it's what wants to come out the most. So we can't ignore them, right? Because I'm not serving you if I push a reading the way that I think you would want it. I have to trust my guides, and I have to trust myself. So that's why we have a lot of love, because really love keeps the world turning. I don't know. But anyway, so we have two sixes back to back, first of all. So a lot of like-minded energy. Two sixes tells me that there was also movement that I don't know if I want to say needed to happen. Perhaps if this is to come together, we want to remember the magician is first, and we have the wheel here. So this is, what I want to say is, what you think about is what you bring about. The magician is a reminder of who you are, that you're more, that you're also this spiritual person, and it's important to remember that along this what will be a new journey when you look at the magician and the wheel together. So some of you, or of course, this can be reversed. Actively, if nothing else, actively asking the big questions about someone. This is someone that you would have good memories of, though. Doesn't mean there couldn't have been some hard memories. But what this is saying is, if this is what you want to manifest into your life, keep it positive. Remember the good things. Remembering the bad things are not going to, well, I mean, you can manifest that too. Let's keep going. You have the energy of Archangel Michael overlooking this couple. And, you certainly could have grown up with this person. Maybe nothing happened except that spark was created. And now, it's about judgment saying a call to attention. Something is about to be created now. We need your attention now. We have the King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Let's do 4. We have the Emperor card of Aries. We have the Two of Swords, interesting, coming under the Lovers. Some of you don't know if this is the right way to go or not. Hence why the Hermit is showing up again. Go within and ask the questions. I feel like a lot of people forget to ask. Like your guides really can't step in unless you ask. The angels can't really change your world unless you ask. It's like praying. Ask for what it is that you want. But, when you ask, it's about, it doesn't, I don't know, it's like asking and then releasing. So for anyway, some of you are tied to this King of Pentacles, some of you in Aries, but the decision here is over this Lovers, and some of you may be wondering which one, or one of these who I'm really meant to be with. There's a blindfold on, so there's something I don't want to see, but it would definitely serve me to see. I also feel like it talks about the moon cycles. October, we have 2 full moons in it. We had the harvest moon and then the hunter's moon. And I don't know about you guys, but I can definitely be influenced by full moons. I definitely feel the energy, sometimes good, a lot of times, a lot of, I feel like, I don't know, like agitated energy. But now that I know, like I can pinpoint it to a period, I can control it now. For some of you, this could be talking about creating a new job for yourself, a new business, and perhaps it is about a partner. Wondering if this partner will see things the same way you see things. We have the Two of Wands, which I just realized is bent. Wow, I don't know when that happened. Interesting because you have the Two of Wands looking right back at the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is questioning, should I do something? Is it the right thing? How will it turn out? I may be overthinking within the Two of Swords. Two of Wands is about saying yes to a journey, looking at things in a completely different way, by the way. Because this is looking, the Two of Wands is about looking optimistically at my future. I feel like this is saying a yes to someone or to a situation. I feel like you're ready. I feel like it's been a while. I feel like it's definitely been a while. Things have been up in the air, however you want to look at that. But that wheel has started turning again. Your ancestors want you to know that. So I like that. I like having the Two of Wands next to that Two of Swords. It just tells me that you, you'll want to take off that blindfold. You know, the blindfold just tells me that maybe I need to spend a moment or two in the hermit energy so I can get the real answers, right? I cannot lie to myself. If something, you know, if I know something is not going to turn out well, then why would I take that journey? If this is talking about love, I always feel like if someone comes back into your life, let's not forget there's happy memories here, though. Um, you know, it's not always about saying no. If you love this person, but definitely take it slow. Allow the red flags to show if they're going to show, and be aware. You know, judgment is also about the present day, being present within your day and within your decisions. For some of you, I feel like, well, there may be a job opportunity that comes your way. And even though maybe you don't feel like you had any part in it, I feel like you did. Um, you know, like manifest, like this is what I really want in my life. And then it shows. Okay. We have the Death card coming under the King of Pentacles. For some of you, this could be someone you lost, and I am not predicting that you will lose someone. I'm saying that if this is someone that has crossed over, it's been long. You know, it's been for a while. Um, and for some of you, that may be why justice is showing up again. It may be I'm in a court of law. I feel like saying, you know, if I am going, you know, fighting over an inheritance, I feel like whoever crossed over is seeing what's happening, um, you know, paying attention to, you know, I mean, I don't know. I know so many people who've lost their parents and then the family destroys themselves over material things. And I don't think that is, you know, once you cross, all judgment is released from you. Um, you know, all heaviness. That's kind of what I mean to say. So you're living in the light now, so I can't see anyone being happy that people are fighting over my belongings. I have to say though, with that energy, I feel like perhaps a mother or a father who has crossed over may be trying to show you where something is at. Again, blindfolds on, you're not going to see it, but the Two of Wands is next to that. This allows you to see it. So keep that in mind. Death card is the card of Scorpio. We could have definitely an Earth with Scorpio over here. Some of you, I feel like this may even be putting an end to the King of Pentacles and moving into the Emperor's energy. So maybe someone who you feel brings more to the table. Okay, let's try to keep these in the order they came out. We have the High Priestess. Okay, I'm going to need more room. We have the Two of Pentacles. Interesting that we have 3 twos connected. You know, two's about partnership. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Sun. Beautiful. We have the Devil, card of Capricorn. And then we have the King of Wands with that. So we could certainly have a Sagittarian who is connected to, excuse me, a Capricorn in one way or another, whether this be of the past or right now of the present. We have the Knight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So this is definitely about lessons being learned. But these lessons that you're learning only make you stronger. The Nine of Wands is a great energy going into the Hermit energy, working together, because that's exactly what the Nine of Wands talks about. If you put your focus on your growth, both spiritually, everything, you'll receive it. Nine of Wands talks about that. It talks about, sometimes a long time period where it could have felt hard, but it's saying don't, like, I feel like it's just saying don't give up. The oh my God, what's that line you cross when you're in a race? What is wrong with my brain? Like the winner's circle, but that's not what I'm thinking. Like I'm in a marathon and I'm the first to cross. Like don't get up. The end is almost here. All right, let's use the crystal vision today. And let's clarify this. Let's go deeper. Two. So we have the Ten of Swords. It's interesting because I have the Death card, and that talks about not resisting an ending, allow something to end. And I have the Two of Wands right next to that. Two of Wands back is to the Death card, so I feel like it is the ending of something new I'm beginning, right? I feel like there's two different ways I can go about this. First of all, I want to say what I feel is ending is this Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is the energy of, well, we could just say bullshit that feels like it keeps happening to you. It's about, it's other people's bullshit that affect you. The sun is right next to that, though. So, this was a difficult time, right? This is definitely arguing and feeling stabbed in the back, and all of that. And for some of you, if this is talking about like a new love, even if they're of the past coming back into your life, this says that this energy has to die first, right? It's not something I want to carry with me, because the Two of Pentacles is right beside that. What it tells me is whatever it is that you want in your life, you can have it. The riches are behind this Two of Pentacles. The boats, the ships, right? That represents our gifts, our blessings, our rewards. So this is about something you can do, I feel, right now, because Two of Pentacles, can I fit into my life? Do I want to fit in my life? But it says that you can. You can certainly juggle this. But I feel the importance of allowing this Ten of Swords now to come to an end. This can certainly mean moving away from your homestead where energy has not been great, moving away from a person. I'm saying you moving away, maybe they're moving away. Maybe it's like the ending of I have to say this too, I feel like some of you, it is about a job, and wondering if you're going to get your job back. I feel for some of you, and I hate to say this, even though I feel like in a way you're going to find it a blessing, I feel like that job probably is not going to come back. I don't feel like there was a lot of joy in that job for you anyway. So I feel like this is giving you an opportunity to begin a new path. Remember, the Alchemist opens up your reading with justice on your side. So justice talks about making you whole again. Whatever was taken, making you whole again. I feel like in divorces, I don't want to fight for years over the sofa and, that type of thing, because I will get a new sofa eventually, right? And it's just saying that, like, be mindful of what it is, where, like, pick your battles. Pick your battles. And I know some of you are going to be like, Sandy, you don't get it. Like, this person wants everything. No, I get it. I've lived it. Um, and when I give you this advice, I've done it myself, because I felt that that was what I was supposed to do. I just left the majority and I took what I thought was important. Where were the pictures, the album books, and I took all my music, like my LPs, and um, but the furniture, I just like, I don't even care. I just want out, right? I want to start anew. So because I feel that energy in here. Okay. What I love is that your reading opens with the alchemist and closes with the sun. Huh. That is beautiful energy. This is also speaking to you, saying, get present, get yourself in the present moment, and think about what you're thinking about. Because I feel like you have the ability to really manifest here. And the sun is about that energy of feeling good. The sun reminds me of, like, when I was young and I'd wake up in the morning and I'd jump on my bike and I'd run, I'd pedal to my girlfriend's and she'd get on her bike and we'd pick up the whole gang, and that was our day, right? And that's what it reminds me of, like, just those kind of periods in your life where they're unencumbered. Does that sound right? Okay. Anyway. Start at the beginning. We have the Chariot, card of Cancer, and we have the Fool. So for some of you, Justice is representing starting something new, a new, what may feel like a new life to you. The Chariot is a congratulations. To me, the Chariot is the reward of finding that balance within myself. No matter what's happening out there, I'm finding the balance within myself. The Fool represents leaving the past in the past. Um, Now, if you're interested in someone coming back, it still says leave the past in the past, especially if there's Ten of Swords, right? So, am I able to do this, right? Because to me, it's very clear. You know, for this wheel to spin, it's asking me to leave the past, right? Death card is the same thing. Don't resist an ending to something. And here's the, what? You may be like, what, Sandy? Well, the sun is here, so I feel like it's illuminated for you. You know. You know whatever it is, because it puts you in the energy of the Ten of Swords. Again, feeling attacked, you know. But within the Ten of Swords, we also have our own energy in there. How, did I stay too long? Do I let people walk all over me? No matter who they are. So, nonetheless, that heaviness coming to an end. And justice with the Chariot in a Fool. And by the way, all major arcanas said certainly talks about change, saying, if you want to jump on this chariot, that's the one thing that's required. You don't have to take it, right? You don't have to get on the chariot. You don't have to go for this ride. I'm not sure why you wouldn't want to, though, because it feels like your ancestors want you on this ride. I feel like you yourself want yourself on this ride. It depends if I'm able to end maybe certain expectations I have too. But nonetheless, the Fool talks about sunnier days, right? First of all, the first person the Fool meets on the Tarot journey is the Magician. And the Magician is there to teach the Fool about all these inner powers that the Fool has. And therefore, the Fool is willing to take a chance, right? Willing to take a chance. So, You're learning of yourself. I love that the Hermit is here too, right? Learning of myself, learning of my powers. Sometimes we feel so weak, but we forget about how we can control, like, especially thoughts. With all these swords down here, if it's your thoughts that's holding you back from what it is you truly want. Your ancestors are asking you to look at that, because new opportunity wants to walk in the door for you. But there is, and I feel like there's always a requirement, or we could say a sacrifice, but this doesn't feel like a sacrifice. It feels like the reason why I want to come into this next part of the journey as a fool is because I don't want to bring the heaviness of the past with me, right? I'm a new person. I went through the hermit. If I've gone through the hermit energy, I have shed the skin of yesterday, and I am ready for what's to come because I emerge from the hermit energy, some call it the cave, with my lantern fully lit. Fully lit. So that makes perfect sense. Okay, what do we have here? Let's go ahead. These came in reverse. We're going to take them. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Page of Swords. I feel like someone has taken your voice away. And then look at this. We have the Magician. So your ancestors are saying to you, look at this. If you're trying to manifest something, they're giving you the way to bring the highest energy to yourself. Because right now, what it feels like is with the Six of Swords in reverse over the wheel is also about changes, right? It's always moving. But with the Six of Swords in reverse, I'm not moving. And this can talk about, with the Fool right next to it, like, it's the toxicity of the past. I feel the Page of Swords in reverse is really about your voice being taken away. And, I can live like that. You can live any way you want. Um, and sometimes to really make my life better, it does require some hard choices, some hard decisions. But nonetheless, here is kind of the refusal of it. So it makes sense that your ancestors are coming out like, hey, the wheel's here. Destiny's here. We have lovers right here. If I've been looking for love, this is what you've been manifesting. But you're not willing to release the toxins of yesteryear. You're not, you need to find your own voice, but your spiritual voice. And then the magician, it's like, I'm just actively not doing anything. I'm not doing any, like, I know that I know the meaning of the cards, by the way. Some people are like, leave messages like, Sandy, that's not the meaning of the card. These are a tool. These cards to me are just a tool to ignite my intuition. And that is how I read. I always remember, in the back of my head, I always keep the meaning of the card, but I allow the instinct that I'm feeling to be number one. So, because I was going to say that can be untrustworthy and tricky energy, um, but I feel like it's you. I feel like for some of you, it's like your voice. You've kind of given up your voice, and the refusal to let go of the toxins. But nonetheless, the universe is saying time's still going to keep on moving. So if you don't take the blindfold off. If you don't release the toxins, understand that it will be part of your future. Is it what you want? If it's not what you want, and I feel like a lot of you don't, that's why your ancestors, and I know I keep saying ancestors, it's much more than that, but I mean, that's pretty big, in itself. Um, I feel like if you're in any court of law, um, don't allow it to consume you. Okay, don't allow it to consume you, and don't be afraid to voice your opinion. Maybe it's to your attorney. I know you can't just shout out in a court, but I feel like you have a lot of backing for yourself. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Four of Pentacles coming over the Magician, or the Alchemist there. Look at this. We have the Seven of Pentacles coming over the Lovers. That's your seed of intention, right? Let's talk for a second about the Seven of Pentacles. That is about patience. It's giving something the time that it needs to develop into the perfect pentacle. It's coming with a Fool right above it. So what this is telling me is your seed of intention wants to now come in over the Lovers. So I don't know about that. I mean, hello. Look at this, the Page of Cups coming over the Six of Cups. So first of all, Page is of a younger time. When I was younger, what else does the Page ask us to do? The Page asks us to take time to get to know ourselves, to love ourselves. Because when we can truly, and I don't mean in an egotistical way, but when we truly love ourselves and respect ourselves, because that's what I feel for someone, like, you're not respecting yourself because I feel like you might be allowing people to walk over you. But you don't have to. You don't have to. Maybe you don't think you're worthy. This is telling you the opposite. You are worthy. Page of Cups is saying, get to know yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Think about all, especially coming over the Six of Cups, think of all the great things you've done in your life. And they don't have to be major. They can be minute little things. Sometimes it's a decision that I made, I don't know, when I was 30 that changed the whole course of my life. So, in a way, it's saying recognize that power within you. Um, and I feel that's true, but I also feel like it's talking about someone from an earlier time, who I feel is coming back into your life. You're coming back into their life. You're coming back into each other's life. Seven of Pentacles is your seed of intention. With the Nine of Wands here, this could be a seed that you planted lifetimes ago. I often feel it's a seed I plant right before I come to Earth. Four of Pentacles over here, there's some real strength within your ability to manifest, if you allow it. If you allow it. And I feel like the Page of Cups coming over the Six of Cups, where it's saying, if this is talking about you first, right, loving yourself first, where does the problem lie? The problem lies in you, or let me say it another way, it lies in the people around you. Maybe in how they speak to you, how someone tried to control you. But you don't want to live that way, is what I feel like. That is not the life I want. So Judgment comes out and says, well, then you need to see. Everything will be illuminated. Anything that's in the reading feels like it's going to be illuminated to you so that you can make the changes you want and feel comfortable with the changes. Because we look at the Two of Swords. Again, the swords are over my heart. So I am putting a barrier over my heart. I have my blindfolds on. Maybe I don't want to see something. Maybe I don't want to see something about myself. I don't know. But right next to that comes the ability, when I think about the strength that I have, and sometimes you have to think back to tough times in your life where you got yourself out of them. And remember that, because you want to give yourself credit. Sometimes we're in a tough situation and we think this is it. It's just the way my life's going to be for the rest of my life. Not if you don't want it to be. Okay, let's keep going. Curious about this King of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles could certainly be someone that in the past you couldn't trust. But it's coming over Judgment, so I feel like whatever energy that is, it's been turned around. It's been cleared. we have the Hierophant in reverse. Card of Taurus, first of all, coming over King Pentacles. So for some of you, this is a Taurus. Excuse me. Taurus talks about, the Hierophant talks about our belief system. It's a reminder of your belief system, coming also over Judgment. So it's a reminder of who you are, a reminder of your belief system. Are you holding steady to your own beliefs, or are you being manipulated, perhaps with the Magician in reverse? Have you been manipulated into a different way of being? So the Hierophant definitely needs to be turned around because, to me, I feel like when it's in reverse, that this is living in a little bit of lower energy. Let's keep going. I think before I go on, I want to look at the Magician, Hierophant, Judgment, and the King of Pentacles all together. Well, okay, so we have the Lovers back. We have the Five of Pentacles that shows a split up, right? It shows that in some way, somehow, what feels like a tower moment. This is where my hand is forced. But it's definitely the leaving of, right? This is the energy it talks about, though. Even though it's difficult, where does it move you to? It moves you to a period where you have a lot of like-minded people around you. A lot of your soul family members come out and help you unexpectedly. Things seem to work in your favor, even though you've got to, this says you've got to be willing to walk through the uncomfortableness. That is only for a time period. 5 is a change. And then look at that. We have Justice. So some of you, this is a divorce. Or, I'm saying divorce, but it could be a split. What was a commitment went the other way. But I have to tell you, I have 2 lovers out on the board already. And I feel like what Judgment is saying, if I'm interested in this King of Pentacles, I feel like what your ancestors are saying is, back when you were together, maybe people weren't living in their belief system. Maybe, maybe I grew up with a strong belief system, but someone persuaded me to live a different way. So, I don't mind that the Five of Pentacles is here, even though I know it's tough energy, because it puts you right where you need to be. And then Justice coming over that. Some of this may have been karmic. And karmic to me is nothing more than lessons, right? Sometimes, this is how I look at karmic. How I treat you today is the energy I will receive back in the future, whether it come from you or it come from someone else. So I'm constantly thinking, what am I doing today? Because I'm building my future starting right now, starting today, every day. And I feel like this Justice is talking about. Okay, so anyways, we know that this King of Pentacles is part of the Lovers. Doesn't mean he's the only one. We're going to find out right now. I feel like if some of you feel like this is a twin flame, what I'm going to tell you is, that thin line, you're always connected. You will always be connected for eternity. So, I don't know. I feel like sometimes releasing the urgency of having to have something immediately, and the Seven of Pentacles teaches us patience. Patience first. Why? So things can become fully developed, but not just that. so that you can learn to leave the past in the past, bring yourself back to the sun energy, right, where you were more carefree. It doesn't mean I shirk my responsibilities. My attitude. Page of Pentacles coming over the Emperor. Someone may be starting an apprenticeship. And maybe it's by your house, maybe it's away from where you live. And that may be what you're trying to figure out. Should I accept this apprenticeship? Because this is about learning. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. You guys know I don't put reversals in my deck. So when they come out reverse, they're meant to be reverse. So the Four of Cups, it's use discernment. It's also about boredom, feeling bored within one's life. I don't have the stability. It's interesting that the Four of Pentacles is right there because I feel like the stability, it feels kind of wacky. Therefore, it puts me in the Two of Swords energy as it relates to making a decision. I feel like for some of you, this is also a job opportunity. Again, it may take you away from, let's just say, your current home or your current town. Doesn't have to, but there are changes that's involved with it. But you may be somewhat fearful of accepting it. The apprentice. It may be willing to go in as the apprentice, right? Learning a new skill. But with the Emperor under that, listen, for some of you, this can be a time period where you're learning how to create your own business, how to become your own emperor. Because I feel like if this is you, the job that you had, listen, it paid the bills, right? But I would say that it wasn't something that brought you a lot of satisfaction, right? Maybe you didn't feel like you were doing a lot of good in the world. So the wheel is turning and it's moving you towards something more in your wheelhouse, right? With the Magician. So more in your wheelhouse, what you can bring to the table. We have the Seven of Wands. I know I have a few people out there who are going to law school. I've been feeling that this month with different signs, by the way. I haven't always said it, but maybe here I need to say it. First of all, Sagittarius as an attorney. Wow, I feel that would be powerful. Some of you, it can be moving into the area of politics, that type of thing, but I feel like you would be very powerful. You may not know it, but I do feel like you would be very powerful. I also feel like the Seven of Wands coming up over the Two of Wands. These other people up here who, in the beginning, it looks like, I was kind of afraid to move away from where my voice wasn't being heard. Boy, do I feel the opposite energy. Because now I feel like, in a way, this is you defending your decision. How did you finally arrive at that decision? Going inward with the Page of Cups, knowing I deserve better, right? I deserve better. We have the Five of Swords coming over the Death card. Excuse me. So for some of you, we already know that someone has crossed over and they want your attention because something new is coming up, something new that you want to manifest, something, listen, it's your seed of intention. And I doubt very much that you put a bad seed of intention out there. I do feel like it has come before this lifetime, though, that seed was created before this lifetime. All of a sudden, my foot went to sleep. Hang on one second. What was I going to say? Anyway, I feel like that seed of intention was created, and I do feel like you have some opposition around it. Like people who don't want to see you change something about yourself, maybe even move. Um, it is definitely showing that there's some toxicity around you because the death card is under this Five of Swords. So we got to bring that to an end. Why? In a way, I feel like there's people that are causing you to lower your own standards or to drop your own belief system. And I feel like you've got to think about that. Get back to being you because you were made, unique. And you got to know that. Like each of us has our own unique reason to be in this world. Um, I don't feel one better than the other, though some of us may create more. But each of us has our purpose, and I definitely feel like your voice had been taken away, which is hard to take away a Sagittarius' voice. However, I do feel like it has happened, and I do feel like the Fool in the Chariot is one of the main energies here because the Five of Swords wants you to see that, wants you to recognize. Not all, and I can this can even be family members. It doesn't mean they don't love us. Maybe they just don't see things the same way you do. Maybe you don't want to live your life like they live theirs, right? So they give you a hard time. They're naive to it, but I feel like don't let them stop it. They'll either get it or they won't get it. If they don't get it now, they'll see it down the road. Like, whoa, she was right. He was right. We have the Emperor coming over the High Priestess. And then, hello. I love seeing the Knight of Pentacles in a reading. Um, Again, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But the Knight of Pentacles, let's take a moment with him. This is, first of all, what we want to remember about knights. Anytime a knight shows up in a reading, it's on a mission. The Emperor is all over the reading. The Emperor is usually who sends out the knight, right? Or the Empress sends out this knight to complete a mission. And the knight will complete it. This Knight of Pentacles carries guardian angel energy, which makes complete sense when you have the energy of judgment, your ancestors. I'm saying judgment. I don't want you to think that it means you're being judged. You're not being judged. You have free will. So in the long run, nothing's right, nothing's wrong. It's just wherever you feel, whatever you feel. So anyway, here comes this Knight of Pentacles, guardian angel energy. This is also the energy of time. And it says that it may have taken a while. Same with the Seven of Pentacles. What am I learning? What's the lesson here? Patience. That is the lesson. Learning how to be patient. Putting my seed out there, but then allowing it to blossom, right? Instead of trying to grab it before it's ready. Someone over here, it may be within their self-belief system. It can be within their religion, what have you. And if because this king also brought out the lovers, we may have give this king time to get back to himself again, right? To mature. We have 2 pages right there. One page in reverse, one in the upright. This is saying always put yourself first. Put yourself first. But because this king had the lovers attached to it, I feel like what it's saying is at one time period, this person and may have even pulled you into this energy because I kind of feel like for some it did. Um, it's like the morals that you were raised with. Letting people persuade me to let them go. I feel like this king had to go through some changes to meet you where you are. So let's come back here. So we have the Knight of Pentacles coming over this 2 Pentacles. So here comes this Pentacle that was we could say from source, that was handpicked from source to come to you. But we have a question over that. Do I accept that pentacle or do I not? Why would I put, if it's a blessing, why would I put any why would I put a negative spin on it? Because it sits next to the 10 of Swords. The 10 always means an ending, right? So that we can begin again. The Sun allows me to see what this 10 of Swords was. What was my part in it? Interesting, we have the 5 of Swords and the 10 of Swords here. What was my part in it? With the 5 over the Death card, so that can even talk about, really, that may be the most important part. Where did my part lie in it? Did I give up my voice? Did I become someone else because I wanted someone, right? I thought that's what they would appreciate. This says don't do that. There's no need to do that. That everything about you is unique and beautiful. So, not everyone's going to give you a green light with what you want to do in life, with your plans. But if you're feeling it within your soul, I feel like you do it anyway. Some of you, you're starting a business. You are becoming the boss. And I feel like the opportunity to call yourself the boss is now coming. You were in a learning period, right? You can look at this as like going to college. I'm looking at the Page of Pentacles, by the way. Going to college. We have the page goes right into the night, right? This is my effort within the Page of Pentacles. But you know what? I'm in chilled. I always feel like she's very chilled out in this energy. She's learning about the world. She's learning about life. Could certainly be learning about certain subjects. But nonetheless, I feel like, and then I go into the energy of being the boss. And that may be what this Knight of Pentacles is bringing some of you. Okay. We have the 2 swords over this 10 of swords. So I'm questioning whether to... And then we have the 3 of wands. Beautiful. So it's interesting how the 2 swords coming over that 10 of swords. When we were just talking about, it feels like this knight is saying, I have this pentacle here, delivered from heaven for you, to do with it what you will, right? It's your seed of intention. However, some of you keep that blindfold on. You know, there's no way around it except doing the work. And the work is examining the people around me and what do they bring to me. Are they serving me or are they hurting me? Even if they're people I love. Some people can't help. I mean, maybe they can, but it's like they can't help who they are. But you can help whether you stay around it or not, right? Because what's that saying, you are who you hang out with. So, I don't love seeing the 2 of swords back here again. So I almost feel like some of you is like, I need the proof. I need the proof. But look at what follows it, the 3 of wands. So I think whatever it is you need to find, you will find it. Or it will find you. The 3 of wands is looking at the world in a different way than the 2 of swords. This is through a fearful state, based on what has happened in my world, protecting my heart, putting an armor there. In a way, it's funny, we had the Lovers twice. So we know for some of you, this is talking about a great love, but nonetheless, I'm blocking my heart. What do I have to do here? I have to look at that 10 of swords. I have to figure out why it happened, and why I stayed in it, why I became part of it. So then I can clear it. I know that you can, especially with the Knight of Pentacles backing this energy up. You know, it's like, I feel like the Knight comes in and says, I have this beautiful pentacle for you. Do you want it? And you're like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if I trust that pentacle. Especially with the Magician in reverse up there. I don't know if I trust it. I feel like you can trust it, right? You just need to clear the cobwebs. Clear the cobwebs. Be the Fool. Be the Fool. Take the Chariot. Take it wherever you want to take it. Three of Wands, that's how I'm looking at life. Right? Over the sun. That is beautiful. So this is taking that Chariot anywhere I want, and I know that I can. Right? Whether that be love. That, you know, Wands are about passion, but they're also about action. So there may be things I want in the Wands family, but it talks about going after it, right? Go after it. Go after your dreams. You're actively manifesting. Think about what you're thinking about, right? The seed of intention, I feel like you have to trust it. Try to trust it. It is your seed, and here is the Knight, again, guardian angel energy, hence judgment, who is bringing in this pentacle to you. Whether that be an opportunity to start your own business or become a boss, a leader. You know, the Emperor is someone who's very wise. Why? How did he gain his wisdom? Through his journeys. Through his journeys. He didn't just, well, I mean, I'm sure sometimes you can just wake up and you're the Emperor, but here, that's not what I'm feeling. Because I feel that some of you are really learning. I feel like some of you may be doing your schooling from home. You know, maybe you were going to college, but now you're doing it from home. Don't give up on that. Like, feed it as much energy as if you were sitting in a classroom, because I feel like you have an opportunity to really absorb energy, absorb knowledge this month. Not just this month, from this point on for the rest of your life. So, I love how the reading ends with the Three of Wands coming over the sun, right? We have the Death card, the clearing of, the ending. The Death card says there's no need to resist the endings because better is coming. How? Why? Because you created your seed of intention, right? But when is it coming? It's going to come for different people at different times, because in a way, you are determining the time. How? By what you choose to do. Whether you choose to look at the toxic things or people or places, and whether you find the power within to move away from that. And it doesn't always mean a physical move. I do feel like this is the energy of defending yourself, your right to live the kind of life you want to. I feel like given the right time, um, everything is revealed to you. And again, opportunity coming your way. Some of you, I know this is love. Some of you, I know this is about your money. And for some of you, it's about both. For some of you, it could very clearly be that you're moving back home, or you're moving somewhere where I feel like maybe financially it's cheaper to live. Well, I feel like if that's your case, you may also find your lover there. Your lover may be there. Okay. I feel like but as far as I want to push that, oh, we're over an hour already? Wow. But what I do want to do, and you're the first one I've done it for, and you are, I think, the third sign for November, is I want to do a Mother Mary card for you. I want to get some real clarity for you. Just pick these all up real quick. Don't forget, you have, oh, look how it sets up that way. We have the Six of Cups, we have the Magician, and then we have the Lovers. The Magician is the active energy here. It's your energy. So, I also feel like it's talking about keeping your thoughts in a positive way. And I know there's a million reasons not to, but that doesn't mean we have to take on the agony of the world, right? We can know about it. We can certainly serve the world, but you got to be careful not to take on the anger and all that that's out there in the world right now. Be true to you, because you can have true happiness find you even in the midst of some hard days. Okay, let's give them a couple shuffles. Give it a nice cut. And let's see what Mother Mary has to say. By the way, I have a lot of people ask me the name of these cards. They're called, well, Serene Virtue, Mother Queen, Angels, Oracle card. I just call it Mother Mary. Prayer. I think we spoke of that earlier. Instead of worrying, I pray about this situation to bring about real solutions. Let's read. This card reminds you of prayer's powerful and positive effect and asks you to apply it to your present situation. This is especially true if you feel stuck, confused, powerless, or in any pain. Surrender these feelings to heaven and ask for divine intervention. Just like I said, you have to ask. Then listen carefully for God's messengers, the angels, who deliver his guidance to you in the form of feelings, signs, ideas, visions, and dreams. When you worry about a situation, you actually draw it to you. When you worry about a situation, you actually draw to you more negativity and feelings of paralyzing victimhood. So, worrying gives you more things to worry about. In contrast, when you pray, you draw upon the most powerful force in the universe. Mother Mary reminds you to turn worries into prayers by saying, God, please help me with, and then whatever it is, and then pouring your heart out to him about cares and concerns. You'll notice an emotional release immediately upon praying as you shift from fear to faith. And that's exactly what happened in your reading. It started from the energy of fear, and the Hierophant was in reverse, and it turned itself around to faith. Now, if you don't believe in God, that is your right. But this is talking about asking, right? Some of you talk to your family members who have crossed over. I feel like there's tremendous spiritual energy for you this month, and I hope you take advantage. I mean, it's always there. It's always there for you, but I hope this reaches the right people so that they can think about that, and then change your, change your energy, you change the world. Remember that. You have the power. You have more power than you know. As always, guys, I want to thank you for continuing to support my channel, even during these hard times. It's really helping to keep me alive, so I have so much gratitude for that. I love your comments. Please, comment, comment, comment. I can even handle the negative ones most of the time. I just want, let me know how you feel. It also helps just clarify my own mind when we do readings like this. So I am so grateful for everything that you do for me and for your love. I feel your love, and I hope that you feel my love. I do these readings out of love. Period. I do them out of love. I do them for you, my fellow brothers and sisters, my soul family. So I hope that you feel them that way. Anyway, have a great month, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.